Alright. Meet the most curious man and the most dedicated bachelor that has ever walked on the earth. Leo da Vinci! Even though he was considered hella handsome and could be considered a today's time and age, I'd be like, damn, he's the boy next door. But he stayed single his entire life. Why, you might ask? Because it was because of curiosity. He was always that curious kid in the classroom that nobody looked at. Even though he was the most handsome man to ever exist in that goddamn classroom, I know that for sure. When it came to curiosity, he had that 100 times more curiosity than a cat could ever achieve without self-deleting. Bro was a master of many things. He was an inventor, artist, scientist, architect, you name it. But he was not particularly known for being a daddy because he had no children at all. His most famous creations include the Mona Lisa, the Last Dinner with Jesus, and a tank he created to blow up Michelangelo's house. You could say he had a lot of beef in his lifetime, but it's the main beef he had was with Michelangelo. Bro did hate his guts for some reason or another. He was also the kid in the classroom who would study a lot. He'd be studying more than the entire whole school combined, bro. I can tell you that. He studied geology, engineering, botany, optics, etc. Basically the genius your Asian mom would compare you to, even though he's 40 years older. You might know this or not know this, but he basically popped out of a woman who wasn't married to his father. But don't worry, his father wasn't a guy who would just leave or walk out of the family. He was gonna be like, I'm a man, I'm gonna take care of you, and I'm not gonna go get milk. But he was also the guy who was like, listen son, you gotta have fun in life, so I'm gonna marry 4 more women, alright? Marriage 4 more times, alright? And Leo's like, okay. Matter of fact, I'll give you 12 step siblings. And Leo's like, damn, okay. Also, you ain't getting that inheritance money, son. I'm so sorry. What? Hey, yo, what? Why do you make me pop out of your balls, bro? You might be wondering, Leonardo was super smart. He probably went to some top elite school where private kids are like, damn, yo, we see you, Leo, we see you. But nope, he didn't go to no elite school. He just went to the kindergarten department, studied the basics, then yeah, he was basically homeschooled, I'm pretty sure. Personally, if I had to go to school, man, I'll be like, damn, why would you make me go to school? But Leo was like, alright, I'll study on my own and become a genius. Not gonna lie, I would be jumping with joy so much that I would reach heaven before I reach earth. No joke. Because who likes school, bruh? If we talk about his studying methods, it's kinda weird, not gonna lie. Bro popped out dead bodies and just popped their brains out and to see how smart humans were or something like that. He basically did that for geological purposes? No, not geological, biological purposes. Yeah, that's what he did it for. Later in his life, he met the king named Francis, but we'll call him Frenchie for the time being. Frenchie was like, bro, live with me and Aura farm for me, and I'll give you whatever the hell you want until you hit the bucket. And Leo's like, alright. Bro sucked. At the end of his lifetime, he got to the land where curiosity can't kill people. You basically know where that is. So yeah, that was basically the whole story of Leo da Vinci. So see you next time.